Here's the thing about not wanting kids. I talk about this a little bit more on my Substack. This decision confused the hell out of me, okay? Because I was straight up planning my pregnancies with my friends when I was in my 20s, and that wasn't even that long ago. But my needs and what I want for my life changed as I got older, and the more I was exposed to real motherhood and pregnancy. Like, not just motherhood in Diane Keaton movies. Look, I was cutting umbilical cords in delivery rooms, okay? And I've seen and heard it all from the people closest to me having multiple babies. And this is absolutely no tea, no shade to moms. We're not doing that. But it's also hard. And in life, we get to choose our hard. Look, I love my nieces and nephews. And it's honestly so fulfilling to me to be a part of the village that gets to help raise them. But I also know that that's where my capacity for child rearing ends. So no, this is not about hating kids. It's about choice. I just never thought that I could actually explore those thoughts of not wanting kids because of these outdated views of women specifically who are child-free. You're asked stupid questions like, who's gonna take care of you when you're older? Or worst of all, you're seen as less of a woman. But womanhood isn't defined by the act of childbearing or child rearing. It is not all we are put on this earth to do. Womanhood is not one thing, and neither are you. With or without children, your life will not be defined by a solitary act or role that you took on. So no, you're not less of anything because you're not a mom. Because your body hasn't been changed in a certain way or your life isn't a certain kind of busy. I get that it's such a polarizing topic, but I hope we learn to accept that two things can be true. There are joys and benefits to having children, and joys and benefits to not having children, and nobody deserves to be shamed for their choices. For the longest time, I never thought to even question motherhood. It appealed to me because of how it was presented, and I trusted that I was being steered in the right direction for my life. But it turns out I wanted something different. And I learned that questioning the norm isn't a betrayal, it's a responsibility. So just know that if your path is leading you towards not having children, if your headstone is missing the mother moniker, and your home is filled with the pitter-patter of little paws instead of feet, your life will be just as fulfilling and beautiful. Personally, I hope my headstone reads, favorite daughter, thoughtful friend, espresso martini connoisseur.